Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hi, I back to my lecturer, Madam Siti Aminah binti Abdul Wahab. My name is Natasha Suraya binti Maksufan and I'm from BA 2433B. So today I want to present about the movie that I reviewed, which is Alibaba Bujang Lapok. Without further ado, let's get started. Throughout this presentation, I will cover on the synopsis of Alibaba Bujang Lapok movie. Next, issues highlighted in this movie. Then we have theories relating to the issue of interpersonal communication. Next, the relation between issues and the study of interpersonal communication. And lastly, we have suggestions in minimizing the issue in this movie. So now let's move to the first part, which is synopsis of Alibaba Bujang Lapok movie. In a Baghdad country live Ali Baba the Papa and his wealthy brother Qasim Baba. Because of his poor life, Ali Baba always begged his wife Nursia to borrow some food and money from his brother. Ali Baba was eventually irritated and displeased by the behavior of Ali Baba. One day, while Ali Baba was looking for wood, he saw a group of thieves move into the cave. As he hid near the cave, he heard the leader of the thieves open and close the cave door by singing the magical mantra. So after all the thieves were out, Ali Baba immediately opened the cave door like the leaders of the thieves did and stole a box of gold. Hence, he became rich in one night and paid all his debt to Qasim Baba. Aware of that matter, Qasim Baba became wounded and requested the secret of the sudden wealth of Ali Baba. The greedy attitude of Qasim Baba drove him to take all the treasures in that cave. Sadly, Qasim Baba was caught and murdered by the thief. There were numerous efforts to steal Ali Baba's property, but they all failed due to the intelligence of his servant Marjina. However, the thief leader plans to disguise himself as an oil supplier and intended to kill Ali Baba. Luckily, Marjina's fast action saved Ali Baba's life once again, and she killed the thief leader. Later, Ali Baba released Marjina from her servitude as show of gratitude for her excellent deed. The first issue highlighted in the movie is conflict between husband and wife. It can be seen from the movie where Ali Baba and his wife Nosia had an argument about Ali Baba's laziness to look for a job. In that situation, Ali Baba decided not to prolong the fight and he immediately went out looking for wood. The next issue is perception towards other people. This issue relates to Ali Baba's action, who quickly judged the leader of the thief has changed and become a better person based on his appearance. On the other hand, the leader has disguised himself and has intention to kill Ali Baba. Besides, this movie also brought up the issue of poor listening skills. For example, Qasim Baba failed to listen to Ali Baba's richness story and he missed out the information about the cave door closing mantra and the fact that the thief stayed in that cave. It is happened because Qasim Baba too eager to take the treasures. Therefore, his greediness and mistake has made him being caught and killed by the thief. And the last issue is intellectual capacity. It can be seen in the movie, Marjina has used her intelligence in planning and failing the thief's bad intention to kill Ali Baba. In fact, due to her diligence and quick action in stabbing the leader in the back, has saved Ali Baba's life. The first theory are power principles and 5 conflict management styles. Power principle refers to how you influence other people in order to achieve your objective. Meanwhile, 5 conflict management styles explains about 5 styles you can do in order to resolve the conflict. In the movie, Ali Baba used his power as a husband to force his wife to borrow food from Qasim Baba. Besides, Nosia also used her power as wife to persuade Ali Baba to go to work. As for conflict management style, Ali Baba seems to use accommodation style to solve the conflict between his wife. Next is impression formation theory. This theory outlines how you create perception about individual based on their physical appearance, behavior, and disclosed information. As in the movie, Ali Baba has created the judgment that the leader of the thief have changed and become a better person based on his appearance. Besides, the third theory is uncertainty reduction theory. This theory claims that individuals look for information to minimize the uncertainty about the other people. The evidence is when Kasim Baba asked Ali Baba about his richness secrets. The last theory is blindness theory. This theory explains people have positive perception of others who treat them politely and respectfully. For example, Margina does all things to protect his master's life and to repay their kindness toward her. The first issue can be related to compliance gaining and accommodation. Compliance gaining means persuasive action done by one to others to attain their goals. The evidence can be seen when Nursia threatened his husband by taking tools to go out and find the wood because she wants her husband to go out and look for a job. Meanwhile, accommodation conflict management style is giving in to the demands of others. For example, Ali Baba used accommodation style to resolve his conflict between his wife and took his tools and went out to look for wood. Next is thin slicing. Thin slicing refers to the ability in making a judgment based on a small sample of one's behavior. This issue can be seen when Ali Baba thin slicing the leaders of the thief who wore kufiya and jubah as a religious and good person. Besides, the third issue relates to analytical listeners. An analytical listener or action-oriented listener is a person who prefers well-organized and error-free information. For example, Kasim Baba is an action-oriented person who only wants to hear the straightforward information that relates to his goal in which to know the location of the treasurers. Sadly, his hurry and greedy attitudes lead him to miss out the vital information that destroyed his life afterward. And the last issue mentioned before will be related to mindfulness. Mindfulness can be defined as the capability to think carefully about your actions and experiences than responding out of a habit or intuition. It can be seen in the movie Margina tried her very best to protect her master's life and her intelligence has helped Ali Baba and his family from danger. The first suggestion is use principal negotiation strategies. It means to use collaborative or win-win framework, whereby Ali Baba and his wife can try collaborative conflict management style by discussing and focusing on the problem that they face instead of making irrational statements or threatening. Next suggestion is link details with the big pictures. A person must keep the big pictures in mind and use small evidence before reach to conclusion. So Ali Baba can consider all the information about the leader of the thief includes his past and current behavior, whereby he also can further investigate the information about the leader before inviting him to his house. Besides, being critical listener also one of the suggestions for this movie. Kasim Baba must listen and write down the information given by Ali Baba, so he will remember and plan a good strategy before go to that cave. And last suggestion is being other-oriented. As we know, Margina tried her very best to protect Ali Baba and his family's life. However, her rash action stabbing that leader is considered murder and immoral. So Margina needs to think about the other people too, so she can quickly run and cover the leader's head with a sack and tie his hands and legs while waiting for the police to come and leave the punishment to the authority to execute it. In conclusion, Ali Baba Bujang Lapok is a good movie to watch because there are many moral values can be learned throughout this movie. With that, I end my presentation. Thank you.